Girl, don't do it. Ooh, girl. 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 Girl, this girl, you're doing your thing.
I woke up this morning, got me feeling brand new, like I know what to do, got me feeling nostalgic.
Hey YouTube family, Wagwan. I am back from New York. My last few videos, I batch filmed like 3 videos in one day because I was preparing to go to New York for the weekend. And I wanted to make sure I got the content out while I was still away in New York. I am back. I had a wonderful trip, saw my family, saw my parents. It was great, had a good time, and now I'm back. But to be honest, y'all, I have been back for a few days now, and I have not touched the garden. Today is Saturday, and we got back Monday midday. And the most I've done in this garden is water it. I have kept up with the watering. Everything else, no. It's been too much. It's been too much. And now I'm finally going to try to rein the garden in, get it back under control, see what we're working with, see what we need to harvest, see what we need to fix. Let me show you though. Let me show you how the garden is. She is thick, okay? This garden is lush, okay? She is producing. She is thick. She is lush. And I am absolutely loving it. Like, she is just she busts out ourselves. She is just bursting with so much life. But at the same time, I am low-key intimidated. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of intimidated by the growth in this garden. But it's okay. I'm gonna figure it out. And we're going to see what we can tame a little bit. Just for my sanity, I need to tame some things and then continue with the garden content. Look at the garden, y'all. Look at her. She is thick. She is lush. Just an overview of, wow. Look at her. Just look at the growth. I love it. I love our garden bed. She's thick and lush and just nice and full of ourselves. Look at the growth. Look at the growth. I planted this one seed at a time. I planted this one seed at a time. Can't be more impressed. I'm so proud. And I'm so grateful. Girl, you're doing your thing. 2 snaps to you, garden. You're doing your thing. And like I said, all this is planted without fertilizer. Not that I don't believe in fertilizer. I believe in it and I know it's important. But it just wasn't in the budget this year. So I was still able to produce all of this lushness, all of this food, all of this without fertilizer. Let's get into it. One of the most important things I want to show you, and the saddest thing, it's kind of heartbreaking, it broke my heart, is in this bed right here, right behind me here. What do you guys see that's missing? If you know what's missing, before I say it, type it in the comment section. What don't you see in this bed? And I'm going up for a reason. What don't you see? Are you ready for this? Let me show you what happened. Look at this. My sunflower. Remember the giant tall sunflower? Look, she is, I don't know what happened. She's in there somewhere, but she is dying. She's bent over. She snapped. She snapped right there. And her other half is right down here. So I don't know if it was caused by a critter. We had a pretty windy night the other night with the rains. I don't know if that's what caused it, but this one hit me a lot. I don't know why. I was so excited for this sunflower. You guys know how much I talked about this sunflower. I absolutely love her. And yeah, we gotta somehow clean her up and get her out of here. Let me show you guys what else have been happening in the garden. Let's start with up here. This area is overgrown. I told you this garden is thick and overgrown and I love it, but low-key intimidated. Look at all this. So I have to dig through to see what is actually growing underneath here. If I have any pumpkin, if I do have any melons. So it is overgrown to the point where I have to like maneuver my way to try to get to my greenhouse. So I have to figure this situation out somehow. It is just a lot of growth. Over here as well, a lot of growth. And another negative that happened is my squash, white spots, the squash vine borers have completely just taken down the vine, just eat up the vine. So I will be pulling this today and composting it. So this has to go. And I think it is spreading to my pumpkins. So that's another thing I have to figure out. I'm trying to get back here to show y'all something. Girl, don't do it. It is like a jungle back here, but let me show y'all something. My cucumber plants, not only have they given up on the trellis that I provided for them, they came all the way down to the ground, but now they're going up the fence, which, okay, I got you, no problem. But look, you guys, look what they're doing now. Look, they're in the trees. My cucumber plants are in my neighbor's trees. How are we gonna pick the cucumbers? So I have to find a way to take them down now before they start trellising all the way up the trees. That's another thing that I have to figure out. But look, we do have cucumbers coming in, so I am very happy about that. And there's a lot of bees back here, so let me leave them alone to do their job. As usual, my usual pain point is my tomatoes. Love them to death, but I have to trim them because they're getting in my walkway, and I do not like things in my walkway. If that doesn't bother you in your garden, that's fine. But in my garden, I don't like things to be in my way when I'm trying to walk. So I have to trim all of this to clear the way so I can walk through here and also through here. So as you guys can see, I have a lot of maintenance to get done. I've been trying to avoid it. I forgot to tell you guys also, I have a lot of peppers that are falling down and I have to stake the peppers. Yeah, my pepper plants are falling down. They do have stakes behind them, but I just have to attach them better. So I have a lot of maintenance to get done. And I've been putting it off. I've been avoiding it because it's hot. It's hot out here. It's hot. Today's gonna be like 90 degrees, but it's the humidity. It just suck up upon you, right? The humidity just suck up upon me, and I don't like the feeling. So it's about 9:30 in the morning. I'm still kind of late to it. I wanted to get out here earlier, but I had things to do inside. But I gotta get it done. So today's the day. Let's get it done. Where do I even start? Let's start with the sunflower. Let's get on up in here. All right, where do we start? The problem with trying to clear the sunflower stem is, remember I told you guys, there is a cucumber vine that was trellised on it, that was growing on it. So if I just yank or try to pull the sunflower stem, I can possibly snap the cucumber vine and lose my cucumber harvest because a good part of the cucumber vine is wrapped around that sunflower. Lot of mercy. Yeah, this cucumber is all up in here. All right, maybe I have to trim it. I'm trying to trim it like a little piece at a time so that I don't damage the cucumber. And as you guys can see, the cucumber tendrils are wrapped around it. Ugh. I was able to finally cut out the sunflower. Here is the cucumber on the floor, the vine. And as you guys can see, I do have a cucumber. But now the problem is, where do I redirect this to? The trellis can't handle it. There's a lot of ripe tomato on that trellis. Do you guys see that? There's a lot of ripe tomatoes in there, which I have to get out. the trellis can't handle it, so where do I redirect this to? Maybe to the back? But back here it's already so overcrowded, oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm just going to angle it to the back here and forget about it. This is a problem for another day. Not today. I'm just going to pretend it doesn't exist and just collect my cucumber harvest and learn for next year. That's it. Let's walk away and close our eyes. And this is what, unfortunately, I lost. Love my sunflower. Hopefully I can collect some seeds from her. And the plan was to save the stalk so I can use it as a trellis. But I don't think that's going to happen because I had to basically cut it up. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all. While I was back there in the trenches, trying to cut out the sunflower, the bees were busy doing their job, okay? They were trying to pollinate the cucumber. So I was up in there trying to cut it out, and the bees was just buzzing all over me. It was very uncomfortable. Would not recommend. Very uncomfortable. The bees was just... Am I scared of bee stings? Honestly, no. I don't bother them. They don't bother me. But just a little bit, not much about a fear crept up inside my soul. I've cut off the head of the sunflowers and I've put it over here, right down there next to the bird feeder, because this is where I feed the birds, just in case they want it, so that the squirrels, the birds, the chipmunks, whichever animals want them, they're there for them. The smaller ones didn't have any seeds at all, not much seeds, but I put them there anyway. And the one big head that was on there that did have a good amount of developed seeds, I kept it for myself to harvest the seeds so I can plant this specific sunflower again next year because I love it so much. The next task I'm going to work on, and the one that I've been avoiding the most, the one that I don't like, I'm not like it, is trimming these tomatoes or pruning the tomatoes. I hate it. I don't like do it. I don't like it at all. Garden task, I don't mind doing it, but something about the tomato pruning, when I like it. Mainly because, if y'all don't know, mainly tomato hornworms, I'm scared of them. I don't like them. I don't want to see them. I haven't seen one yet. They're probably in there. I don't look for them. I don't check for them. I don't want to see them. I let them be, unless my tomatoes look like they're struggling. So far, all my tomatoes, all my girls are healthy. They're producing and they're doing their job. So I'm not checking for the tomato hornworms. They're not bothering me. But I hate the task of pruning the tomatoes. Just in case one of them in there. I hate the task. But it has to get done. So let's battle it. Let me just get on up in there and do it quickly. Quickly. That's the word. Quickly. For the most part, how I prune is wherever there isn't a branch or a stem that's producing a tomato, it gotta go. I cut it off. If it's in my way, it has to go. So that's what I'm gonna basically do, and I'm going to try to do as much as I can so that I don't have to do it that often. This one had a tomato on it. Failed already. First attempt, failed. Womp womp. Y'all, I just said I specifically try to get the branches without any tomato fruits on them. Without any tomatoes. And look at me. The first two that I cut clearly has tomatoes on them. Nardia, get it together, girl, get it together. That's 2 tomatoes I wasted. Or no, girl, no. You didn't waste it. Maybe you can try fried green tomatoes, right? I've never made that before. But that's a possibility. Turn your negatives into a positive, yes. I did it on purpose. We're not gonna admit any mistakes. I did that on purpose. Wink, wink. So I can try fried green tomatoes. Girl, just do your thing quick. Oh, shoot. As I am trimming these tomato plants, a quick reminder, this is not a tutorial on how to trim tomatoes 100% the right way. I'm just showing you what I do. This is not how to garden, this is how I garden. So this is how I do it. Remember, like I was saying, this is how I do it as a fairly new gardener, not necessarily the rules and how it should be done. Remember that? We just here for fun. And if you learn something along the way and it helps you, I'm happy. But I am just showing you how I do things in my little corner garden over here in Northwest Ohio, Zone 6B. Garden according to Nardia, not according to the garden books. Please remember that. So hopefully what I'm doing helps you. I hope to help you guys. I do want to make sure my videos are always helpful in some kind of way. I do have that aim, but it's more helpful showing you that gardening is not one size fits all. That's how I want to help you guys. Not that I'm teaching you the one way to do something specifically, if that makes sense. Just take from it. This is how I do things. If you do it a little bit different, hey, do you. But how I do it doesn't mean that it's wrong. It's just to inspire you to do it how you want to do it and how it makes sense for you. Okay? All right. So I could be doing this totally wrong, but it's all right. All I care about is that the garden is producing. My plants are healthy, it's producing. And if y'all could see how many tomatoes and stuff I have in here, y'all will understand. It's producing. The garden is doing what the garden is doing. Ooh! I got an eggplant. Hold up, let me show y'all. Let's go, let me show y'all, come on over. In the midst of all that talking, look what I found. Girl, that's a black beauty eggplant, and Lord glorious, isn't she black and beautiful? I wonder if there are any more. Oh, there's more. There's another one right there. Oh, hey, focus. There is another one right there. Glorious, black and beautiful. That was an unexpected surprise, and I'm all here for it. I'm so excited about my eggplant. I'm so excited about growing my eggplants. Anyway, like I was saying, this is not how to garden, this is how I garden, and hopefully it influences you and motivates you to garden in your own way that works for your garden. If my tips work for your garden, great. If they don't, just take it with a grain of salt and do what works in your garden. And hopefully my videos entertain you as well. Over here by my cherry tomatoes, there's actually not much that I can trim or prune without losing cherry tomatoes. So I think I'll just leave this area and let it do what it's going to do. Let it figure it out. Whatever happens, happens. We're just going to pray for the best over here. But I'm just going to leave it wild and free, happy and carefree. Even these ones back here, as you can see, is growing down to the ground. And there are cherry tomatoes in every single branch. Every branch. So it would not be the smartest thing for me right now to go ahead and mess with them. So I'm gonna leave it alone. The next task we're gonna work on is these peppers. They're falling over. I did put a stake in them when I initially planted them, but now they have grown much more. So now I just have to reattach them back to the stake, especially the top areas that are overgrown or bigger than the stake, or method. I just have to reinforce them more on the stake. So let's do that. All I have for this is string. This string is well untangled up, so I have to spend time and untangle it. Sure. All right, let's just use what we've untangled so far because that's too much work. This first banana pepper right here is mixed in with the zinnia. Hold on, zinnia, where you at? I don't want to tie you up. Oh, girl, y'all are just all wrapped up in each other. Girl. Once again, I'm realizing that as I'm tying this, the stake that I had put in here is not tall enough. Same problem that I have over and over. But we're going to make it do what it do, because there ain't nothing else I can do about it right now. Just got to work with what we got. And this is what I have. And I will make it work. All right, so this one is standing up good. Well, I'm to you now. What do I do? I'm running into the same problem as usual. My stakes that I originally put in there, and by the way, these are old curtain rods, trying to be innovative and use what I have, are not tall enough because the stake ends there, but this pepper plant goes all the way up to here. Girl, the lessons I am learning in this garden this year, learn from my mistakes. Learn from my mistakes. In the midst of all of this, one good thing though is because I planted my peppers closely together, some of the pepper plants are holding each other up. So that's a good thing. It's just the ones on the end, the ones in the middle and the center, they're not really falling as much. They are falling, but they're being braced up by the other pepper plants. So that's good. But the ones on the end, they might flop over. And what about you? Do you need to be staked or are you good? I think you're good. Girl. Not me fighting with a piece of string. Forget it. Get a different one. And not me having a big old fight with a piece of string. Gentle, Nardia, gentle. You don't want to lose any peppers. Be gentle. You guys know I love butterflies. And look what's on the butterfly bush. Girl, take my time. Aww. Honestly, if I'm really being honest, this is not the best results, but this is the best that I can do with what I have currently. This is it. Like, the peppers are just going to have to just do their best until the end of the season, which should be in the next month or two. It is what it is. I'm still getting peppers. I'm still getting banana peppers. I am still getting a whole ton of Scotch bonnet peppers. My bell peppers are doing good, so even getting some cayenne peppers. I want to say this is cayenne. I always forget if this is cayenne or serrano, but whatever it is, I'm getting a whole bunch of them. But this is the best that I can do, and it is what it is for now. Next task is, unfortunately, my squash plants behind me, they have to go. I'm sorry. Oh, by the way, speaking of the squash plant, remember a few videos ago, you guys gave me recipes on how to make the squash plant, and I kept thanking you all for those recipes. I made the squash, and it was delicious. I sauteed it with veggies and stuff. You know I'm Jamaican, so I definitely had to spice this up my own way. I added curry to it, a little bit of curry to it, some masala, some cumin, sauteed up with onions, garlic, peppers, a whole bunch of different spices. It was so good. 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 And I also roasted the seeds as well, like you guys recommended, and I sprinkled it on top. It was so good. It was so good with the masala, the jeera, the cumin, the curry, the peppers, the spices. I also put, I think, some fresh tomatoes from my garden. Delicious. So I think based on that recipe, I will be growing squash again next year. Maybe just one plant. And also this time I'll be more strategic where I plant it. And also, thank you also, another one of my subscribers, another one of y'all, thank you, reminded me to pick it, not when it's so big, pick it when it's a little bit more young. It's better that way. So I will be doing that. But I made the squash. Remember I told you guys I didn't know how to make the squash? Remember, I said I did not know how to make the squash. But from growing things in my garden, from trial and error, from trying it, I wouldn't say I'm a squash girly, to be honest. I wouldn't say that yet. Not yet. But I did enjoy it, and it was delicious, and I will definitely make it again. So thank y'all. Okay, but back to what I was saying, though. Unfortunately, the squash plant back here, both of the plants, well, maybe all three of them, all four of them, I think I have four, right? Four. They might have to go because they're just being eaten alive by the squash vine borers. They have to go. This is what they're currently looking like. We got, I forgot what this is called on the leaves. Oh my gosh, powdery mildew. I believe this is all powdery mildew on the leaves, so they're not surviving. And as you can see, the vines are disseminated. They're being eaten alive. Before I go ahead and pull this, I do see a squash down here that I want to harvest first. Not bad. I don't see any more growing, so I think this is it. Oh, girl. Oh no, there's a cucumber plant attached to it. Girl. Got it out, y'all. Girl, there's a whole entanglement going on. Hold on. I got the first one out. I'm trying to get the second one out. Second one. The squash that I just pulled out was a summer squash prolific straight neck. You can see the space is empty now. This should let whatever is back here. I think the cucumbers might just come on over and spread more down here. And hopefully my eggplant. Oh yes, bee work, 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 work. I love to see the bees at work. There's a lot of bees in here and I love it. I'm here for them working. All this right here in the front of this bed is another squash plant. And it is starting to get the powdery mildew. As you can see, some leaves are worse than some. Like this leaf is pretty bad, but I'm not gonna pull it just yet, only because it's not that bad yet. Maybe within about a week I might have to pull it, but there are about 2 or 3 squash plants growing and I want to be able to harvest those before I pull it. See down there? There is a squash plant right there, and I believe there are 2 more somewhere, or 1 more. So I want to be able to harvest before I pull this one. Hopefully it can survive long enough to let me get those 3 squash plants. You see all this? Hopefully y'all can see really good. Let me make sure I'm not stepping on anything when I'm trying to show you. Hold on. Hold for a moment, please. So you see all this? This is my walkway. This is in the back of the bed. Oh, there's a bee. There's like 3 bees around me. Oh, no, get away from the camera. Get away from the camera. Oh, girl, I'm in bee territory. Let me hurry up and show you all this. There are a lot of bees buzzing in there, but this is a big entanglement mixture of tomatoes, cucumbers, and I think some pumpkin, all in this walkway here. I'm leaving it alone. It is what it is. I'm not messing with it. It's a lot of bees in there. It is, as I showed you guys, growing up into the trees. This is my fence, this is my neighbor's tree, growing up in there. And I'm just gonna leave it, honestly. At first I said I was gonna pull it down. I'm gonna leave it. This particular neighbor, love her to death, love her to death. This neighbor will not be bothered by anything. This mess right here, this, we not messing with you. We're leaving you alone. We're gonna figure this out in the fall time when garden season is done. I have to clear all this up. Right now, this is a problem for 2 months me. Not today me, for about 2 months me. And I feel bad for her right now. I'm sad for her in this moment. I know I'm gonna be mad at myself 2 months from now. That's a problem for 2 months me. Not today me, for 2 months me. I will be so mad when I have to take care of it in 2 months. But we're not worried about it today. Oh, let's try to get out of here without stepping on my pumpkins or anything. It's like I'm in a ticking time bomb. Like I'm in a line, what is it called? Minefield. That's what it feels like right now. Because below me, it's just all the vines and I have to step over them and not step on any pumpkins or cucumbers. Ooh. We're in the trenches. All right, I made it out. This is it, you guys. It is getting hot. It is almost 12 o'clock. It's 11:45. Just wanted to do a quick maintenance in the garden so that it doesn't look as overwhelming and as scary, in my opinion. Because this might be wonderful for some people, but I don't like a lot of clutter and I don't like things. I just like free moving areas, if that makes sense. And now I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna head inside. And I think tomorrow I'm gonna harvest a lot of things. And of course, I'm gonna take you guys with me. We harvesting together. We built this garden together. We planted the seeds together. So we also harvest together. So that will be the next video. It will be another harvest video. Until then, I hope you guys learn from the many mistakes and lessons that I have learned in the garden. This is another reason why I share my journey. I share my garden so you guys can learn from my mistakes or lessons. I consider them lessons, as you guys see throughout my entire videos. I'm always looking for an opportunity to learn from the things that I did incorrectly. Like I keep saying, this is not how to garden. This is how I garden. And I show you guys the mistakes. I don't avoid them. I lean into them so that you guys can see that gardening is a lot of trial and error. But it is so much fun and it is so rewarding. It is so rewarding. So if ever you wanted to start a garden, start. Just start. There's no rules. The rules are made up. Well, there are some rules like, zones, planting seasons, what you can plant in your area, yada, 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 sunlight, all that stuff. But you know what I mean. There are no rules to garden in a way, but there are rules. Anyway, I'm rambling. You understand what I mean. But all that said, thank you guys for continuing to watch, for continuing to comment. Ooh, hey butterfly. For continuing to watch, continuing to comment, continuing to show me love and support, and I truly, truly, truly appreciate it. Until my next video, I'll talk to you guys in the comment section. Bye.
I had a dream last night. Did everything I never do in real life. I stepped into a room, told everyone to be quiet, 'cause I had something to say, blew everybody away.